So good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 7 of week 2 of the CompuCell3D 2023 workshop. Just have some quick announcements to get through this morning. Just as a reminder, all of the workshop sessions today, including this welcome session, will be recorded and live streamed to YouTube and then published again to YouTube after the fact. So just keep in mind that these sessions are being recorded and will be distributed in perpetuity on YouTube after the workshop is over. You can find all of the demos and slide decks for today in the student materials folder as usual. And again, if you have not joined the Slack channel by now, you can do so using the following link. Just a quick note about the schedule. There's been a couple of updates to the schedule since Monday. Today we are on day 7. We're going to talk about vector fields in CompuCell3D for module 1, followed by a dedicated hackathon project brainstorming and Q&A session. We had some interest in having some dedicated time to talk to some of the instructors about your hackathon projects, get help with scoping, and have a chance to ask some questions. So we're going to do that for module 2 today, followed by an opportunity for some lightning talks. If anybody has been needing to give one and hasn't had a chance, we'll have that today before lunch. Or if you decide you would like to discuss your project after you've had a chance to talk about it with the instructors, we can do that as well. Module 3 today, we'll have Giulio Bamonte back to discuss planar cell polarity with us, followed by a continuation of yesterday's discussion of links, specifically talking about anchors today. Coming tomorrow and Friday, we will be having breakout sessions in module 3. You'll have an option of 3 different sessions you can join in a separate Zoom room for module 3 for tomorrow and Friday. And we'll be sending out a complete schedule of those options with their corresponding Zoom links today at lunchtime. And then I'll send those out again in the evening announcements and the morning announcements tomorrow. So you'll have a couple of chances to find that in your inbox. But do keep an eye out for that. We'll be talking about, by the end of the day today, which sessions are going to be available Thursday and Friday. Again, as usual, schedule is the same as it has been past 2 weeks. We'll have our breaks at 11:30, 2 o'clock for lunch, and another break at 4:15 with modules in between. Again, Zoom logistics, everybody is muted by default in the main session. If you have questions, please do put them in the chat. Feel free to raise your hand as well if it's something very urgent that you need to know before the presenter moves on. And we can give you the ability to unmute and ask your question to the room. Just another reminder that if you are using NanoHub for your exercises today, we did discover a bug in the version 4 tool that's on NanoHub. So I'm pulling up the link as I'm talking here, where the Python code snippets drop-down menus were not displaying properly. So you weren't actually able to access the Python. In the meantime, we have this capillary tool, which I will post in the chat here for anybody who still needs it, that you can use as a workaround. You'll just log into NanoHub Launch Tool, click through the version warning, stop the simulation that starts automatically running, and then you can use CompuCell as normal within that tool. Again, if you have it installed locally, we recommend that you do that, especially if you're going to be participating in the hackathon. You're welcome to use NanoHub for the hackathon if you'd like, but having the desktop installation as a backup is a good idea, and vice versa. Particularly for the hackathon, your time is going to be fairly limited. So if you are only running a desktop installation and haven't signed up for NanoHub yet, we recommend making a NanoHub account as soon as possible, so that if something does go wrong with your desktop installation during the hackathon, you can switch back to NanoHub without having to lose too much development time in debugging your installation. Again, where to find resources, these slides are available in the student materials folder. So if you need to access any of these links, please take a look at any of the welcome slides for the past 2 weeks. And today you will be hearing from Professor Giulio Bamonte and Professor Gilberto Thomas for our main content modules. And then you'll be working with me and the rest of the instructional team for Module 2 today to discuss hackathon project scoping.